We have seen the max behind simple linear regression and the gradient descent also. Now what we will do is, we will just find out how we can write the code for simple linear regression, and then we will see about the multiple linear regression, some max behind the multiple linear regression, and the code implementation for multiple linear regression. Then you will have a clear idea why is simple difference between the simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. First of all, what I am doing here is I am taking a data set, and the data set name is nothing but data. If you want to see the data, so I'm taking this as my data set. We can take any data set which is having one independent feature and one dependent feature. Okay, so height and weight, the height of a person and weight of a person that I am taking, I am considering that height is an independent feature and weight is an dependent feature. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just loading the data. I'm going to that file. Sorry. Okay, I'm importing NumPy and I'm importing pandas. And I'm importing Matplotlib. Matplotlib is most important in simple linear regression for seeing the difference between the actual point and predicted point. Okay, I'm just executing it. So now what we have to do is, it is taking some time. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking a variable and I'm calling the variable name as df is equal to pd.pandas.read underscore csv. Read the csv file, and my csv file is nothing but an data.csv. Okay, I'm not specifying the path here because it is in my root directory. The data set is in my root directory. That's why there is no needing of pass data location. So simple df, if I execute df, see, this is my data set. How many observations are there? 14, which means 15 because it starts from 0 na index position. 15 observations are there. So if you want to find out the information, df.info used to find out the information. Okay, I'm executing it. See, here the information will be there about the data what we are passing. If you observe here, 15 entries are there, which means 15 rows are there, and see 0 to 14. If you observe here from 0 to 14, 15 rows are there, only 2 columns are there. See, 2 columns, one is height and one is weight. So the data type of the columns are nothing but a float. If you observe here, see, the values are in floating order. That's why it is showing float and float. Okay, now what I am doing here is I am finding whether any is null values or not. df dot is null. Okay, if I execute this command, so it will show me true false binary format. False means there is no null value. True means there is a null value. See, everything is false only. What do you mean by this? There is no null values. If you want the numerical representation, df dot is null dot sum. Okay, so what it will show you? See, numerical order. Height has 0 null values and weight has 0 null values. So we can proceed in a good manner. There is no problem. Now I want to see the maximum value, minimum value, standard deviation, count, and everything. So what I will do here is df dot CRI describe. I'm just describing it. What it is showing? The count, how many observations are there? 15 observations are there. Here also 15 are there, and its mean value, standard deviation value, minimum value, 25% of the data, 50%, 75%, and maximum value. Okay, this is the use of this describe function. Now what I am doing here is I am just finding out the length of df. See, length of df is nothing but 15. Why? How many entries are there here? If you observe here, 15 rows are there, no? Okay, 15. Length of df is 15. And if you pass df dot shape, and if you execute it, sorry, and if you execute it, see, 15 rows are there and 2 columns are there. This is belongs to rows and this belongs to columns. And df dot size. df.size size, and if I execute it, okay, sorry, see df.size, it is showing 30. The difference between the shape and size is, if you pass the shape, it will show you 15 rows, and how many columns are there, that many columns will be presented. But size means it will be multiplied. So 15 rows are there and 2 columns are there. 15 into 2 is nothing but 30. Okay, this is the difference between the shape and size. Now the most important one is, we need to divide the data. We need to compare, one is an independent and one is a dependent. Okay, I am considering height is an independent and weight is a dependent. So for that purpose, what I am doing here is, I am passing x is equal to df of, I can pass height, or I will write in two commands, two different ways, so you can do whatever you want. HIGH. Okay, x I am taking as an height and y I am taking as an weight. Okay, so if I execute it, see, if you specify x dot head and if you pass it, see, only height values belongs to height. So this is one purpose. Now I can take like this also, x is equal to df dot ilog of, with the help of ilog function, I am selecting entire rows. Okay, I am selecting entire rows, but I want only, which one I want? I want only height as an x. So I will come in the reverse order. So if we are coming in the reverse order, it will be specified as an -1. Okay, this is -2, this is -1 and -2. So what I will do here, I can specify here -2. It will be little bit difficulty, which means it will be little bit, some confusing will be there. So there is no issue. We can use the above code or below code. Now y is equal to, what I am doing here is df dot ilog of, I am selecting entire rows, but column I am selecting, instead of -2 I can select here 1. Okay, or it starts from 0th position now. So what I will do here is, I will pass 0, or here what I will do here is, and I want this second one, y is last one, no, so that I will pass -1. Okay, here we can pass -1 or -2. No, so I will pass -2. I am not much familiar with ilog function, that's why I will use this is this process. Okay, we will just try here, and if I execute it, we will see now whether our command is correct or not. I'll just pass x dot head. So okay, it is correct only, whatever we are passing the ilog function is correct only, and y dot head, see weight. Okay, our assumption is correct, our logic what we have written in the ilog function, it is correct only. Now what we have to do here, next technique, we have given x and y, we have specified the independent column and dependent column. Now our aim is to split the data from sklearn dot model selection import train test split. Okay, why we are using here train test split? First of all, we are dividing the data. For example, one of the most interview point questions, why we are using train test split means, suppose how many rows are there for us? 15 rows are there. 15 rows are there. What we will do, we will just divide the data into two halves. Suppose I am having 100 rows, I will divide them into 70 and 30. These 70 rows, what I will do here is, I will take it in 70 rows. If you are taking 70 rows, there will be x and y now. Suppose 100 rows means what? X and y, 100 rows will be there. So in this 100 rows, I am taking 70 rows. Okay, and remaining 30 rows. 70 plus 30 is 100 only now. This 70 rows I am considering as an training data. This 30 I am considering as an test data. Okay, what I will do here is 70 rows I am taking, which means for x and y I am taking only 70 rows. These 70 rows I am passing to the algorithm. Okay, I am passing to the algorithm. What algorithm will do? This algorithm, what we are passing, simple linear regression, will learn something from the 70 observation, and then whatever the data we are keeping aside 30 observation, this data we will pass to the algorithm as a test format for checking whether the actual value and the predicted value are equal or not. So for that purpose, I am splitting the data. Just 100 is there, 70 I am passing for training, and 30 I am keeping aside for test part, for testing the algorithm. Okay, that's why I'm splitting the data. Now, what I am doing here is I am splitting the data: X train, Y train, X test, and Y test. But how we can write the logic here? Perfect logic means go to here somewhere and click Shift plus Tab. A pop-up will be open. If you go down here somewhere here, just copy these lines of code. Just copy this and paste it here. What I am doing here is, see here, what do you mean by X here? X is nothing but an height only, no? The height height feature, and a Y is nothing but an weight feature. Okay. Now test size is equal to 0.33, which means how many observations? Suppose we are having 100 observations, means in 100 observations 0.33% of the data will be gone to test format, remaining data will go on to training format. Okay, suppose 0.33 means suppose it approximately 68, only 68 observation will be gone from training, and remaining how many are there? 32 will go for test. We can just pass here 0.22 like that, no problem. Okay, how much data you want to specify for the training and how much data you want to specify for the test, depending upon the project, you can decide, no issue. Okay, suppose here I am passing 0.33. Now what I am doing here is most important one. So X and Y I am taking. So this X and Y is saving in, I am passing a train test split condition. Okay, X and Y, these X and Y values, how many are there? 15 rows are there. This data I am passing to these variables: X train, X test, Y train, Y test. So half of the amount of data, 0.33% of the data will go on for X test and Y test. Remaining data will go on for X train and Y train. Okay, now I am executing this one. See, it executed normally. Now what I am doing here is I am printing X train. Okay, I am printing X train and I am printing Y train, because X train and Y train are both are same, nothing. 70 approximately 70 observations, 70% of the data will be here, and test we are passing in a test format. I am executing it. If you observe here very carefully, see, this is for X train, this values is for X train. Suppose instead of that, the best example is if I am passing length of X train, how many in the 15 rows, how many rows came for training part, how many rows came for test part? See, 10 rows, 10 observations came for training, 5 observations will go on for test. Test comma, suppose, okay, test and length of Y test. See, 5. So 10 plus 5 is nothing but 15 only, no? So how much? 10% of the data gone for training, 5% of the data gone for testing. Okay, this is clear. Now what we have to do? We need to import the algorithm. Import, sorry, from sklearn dot line, a linear model. I'm importing linear regression. Okay, I'm executing it. So it executed successfully. Now I am taking one variable. Suppose I am taking as a linear as a variable. Now what I am doing here is I am assigning this algorithm. I am assigning this algorithm to the variable. Instead of calling every time linear regression, I am assigning this entire algorithm to one variable called as a linear. Now we can do our calculations, the algorithm calculations with the help of this linear variable. I am executing it. See, it executed successfully. Now what I have to do? Linear dot I am specifying fit of X train. I need to train the data now. I need to assign some data to the algorithm now. So for linear regression, I am passing my training data. Why I am passing training data? To tell the algorithm to learn something from this data. From this data, this linear regression will learn something. For that learning purpose, for giving to the algorithm, we use a one function known as a fit keyword. Okay. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm executing this one. It is showing me error. Why? If you observe the error here, expected 2D array got 1D array instead. What do you mean by here expected 2D array and 1D array? I told you already. According to this, I'm showing the data set. This data set is having X and Y. So which means it is a two-dimensional array. But the algorithm, but the condition, predefined condition, it is taking as a one-dimensional array. Now we need to convert our data, this X10, not only X10 and Y10, the entire data is in the form of single dimension. Now what I will do here is, I will go somewhere here, okay, I will go here from, okay, we will continue from here. Now what I will do here is, okay, we will come from starting, it is best. I am executing from first. How we can overcome this process? First, in simple linear regression only we will get this type of problem, okay. From multiple linear regression there is no issue. Now what I am doing here is, I am taking X, okay, I am taking X is equal to, we need to specify, because X is if you observe here, a length of X, see, sorry, length of X, and if you specify the size or shape, okay, X dot shape, see, it is showing me only one dimensional array, it is not a two-dimensional array, so it cannot predict the values and it cannot assign the properties to the Y. So what I am doing here is, X is equal to X dot, the values inside the X will be reshaped into two-dimensional array. -1 to 1 means it is going to reshape. If I execute it, this is the command, -1 to 1 means it will convert into two-dimensional array. Now what I will do here is, same X, I want to find out the shape now. If I execute it, see, in the before it is 15 only, now 15 comma 1. Now we can execute this one, X dot train. Now what it is showing, so it converted to two-dimensional array, so it is impossible to specify head condition. Okay, see, two-dimensional array means, I told you when I am discussing NumPy. See, now what I am doing here is, there is no need of executing this one now. So what is my progress is, this also I am executed now, no problem. I'm just executing once again. Here observe very carefully, why there is no need of specifying Y here. Okay, Y will be stable only because X is going to give values to the Y, because Y is independent here, not X. Same, I am executing a train test split and I am executing X train Y train, length of X train Y train, and X test Y test, simple linear regression, linear model. I am passing the data. Now see, it is very perfect. I am passing the data and it learns something from the data. Now I want to find out the coefficient here. I want to find Y is equal to mx plus a. I want to find out the m value. So what I will do here, linear dot coef, okay, coef. So this is the coefficient value. Actually what the algorithm behind here is, Y is equal to mx plus c. So as soon as we are giving this data to the algorithm, linear regression algorithm, it just find out the m value and c value. Here, what do you mean by coefficient m only, no? So the m value is 62. I want to find out the intercept. Linear dot intercept. See, the intercept is nothing but an -40. This is how we can find out the coefficient as well as an intercept. Now what we will do here is, we will just apply the difference between the actual points and the predicted points with the help of matplotlib. So what I will do here is, before that I will specify my size of the image. Okay, so plt dot, I am taking my figure of fixed size, sizd, fixed size is equal to, I am taking as in 10 comma 10 suppose. Now what I am doing here is, plt dot, I am passing here x label. First of all, I'm passing here x label as an x-axis, sorry, and plt dot y label as an y-axis. So instead of x-axis and y-axis, we can give like this now. weight and height. It is best. Now I want to apply head. Title. What is the title I am specifying here? Simple linear regression. Okay. Now what I will do here is I will apply scatter plot. Scatter of. I want to apply scatter plot for training data, which means before prediction. So what I will do here is we will apply scatter data for df of, which means x. Okay, instead of passing x and y, we can pass here df of GHD height and df of GHD weight. Now if you observe here, there are some predefined different topics are there here. V minimum, V maximum, normal is there, marker, whatever the marker you want. Suppose I want the marker in plus symbol. Now you will see one basic one. Okay, there are a number will be there, no issue, you can see one by one. Alpha, no issues. Okay, CMAP. Suppose you want CMAP. CMAP is nothing but in color specifications. Okay, color specifications. Suppose if I pass CMAP is equal to here red. Okay, I'm passing CMAP is equal to red. Now what I am doing here is I am just executing the code, but with respect to suppose we will see once plt dot show, and if I execute this one, the image size is very large. So what I am doing here is I'm just reducing it. I'm just reducing it. See, this is the image size. So for the height and weight, see how the data is lying here based upon the height and weight. Now what we will do here is, this is scatter plot only, no? Now we will apply scatter plot and we will also apply this sort of technique, prediction values. Now what I will do here is, y then predict is equal to, what I am doing here is linear is the algorithm, which means it is a variable holding the algorithm dot predict, which means it is predicting. What it is predicting? X-train values. So X-train values I am passing in the form of predictions. So the output will be stored in Y-train prediction. I am executing this one. Okay, in Y-train prediction there are some values. So if you want to see the 15 values, you can pass like this also. Predict of, see, these are the 15 values. Now what I am doing here is, I will write the same logic. I will just copy these lines of code here, whatever I have written above. I'm just copying pasting here. Now for the same data, I will pass here one more line, plt dot. Now I will pass as a plot. We will pass a straight line. For whatever I am different techniques, I am passing this plotting technique. Now I can plot with respect to X-train, as well as we can pass with respect to Y-train predictions. Okay, so what we can specify here is, I can pass here X-train. Okay, I can pass here X-train and I can pass here Y-train prediction. Okay, X-train and Y-train prediction. Now what I am doing here is, I am taking a marker is equal to, I am taking as in 0. Now what I am doing here is, I am taking CMAP is equal to suppose I am taking another color. Okay, we will see what this particular CMAP is telling very clearly. First of all, CMAP, I think it is for colors only. There are different types of techniques are there. Marker, this is marker, this is line shades, colors. Okay, these are the colors. Okay, sorry, instead of CMAP we need to pass here color. That's why it is not getting red color. Okay, color is equal to, CMAP will be mostly used in heat map. Okay, heat map, and we are applying heat map, we can pass V minimum value, V maximum value and heat map also. We will discuss that also, no problem. I am passing here blue. Okay, what I am doing here is, This is the normal data what I am having. This is the normal data what I am having. This is the prediction data. Okay, so instead of passing here entire data, what I will do here is I will pass here X-train and Y-train. This is the X-train data and Y-train data. But here I am taking X-train and the Y prediction values. This is done by algorithm. This line of code is done by algorithm. Okay, now I am executing this one. You will see it is showing me some kind of error. What is the error here? Unrecognized marker. So it is showing me the marker what we are entered is not belongs to it is not an register. So see here, see it is very clear now. So these red color dots are nothing but scatter plots. These are actual points, and this blue color line is nothing but I specified here very carefully. Blue color line is nothing but predicted points. So see, the actual points and prediction points are very close. So the sum of errors will be very less. Now what I will do here is I will pass for test data also. So what I will do here is Y test prediction. I will take Y test prediction. First of all, I am taking the algorithm linear dot predict. What I have to predict X test. If I predict X test, okay. If I predict here X test, it will be the values will be stored in Y test predict. Just I am copying it and I am pasting here, and I am just collecting the 15 values. Sorry, I am collecting the 15 values. So these are the values. Okay. Sorry, if you passed here 15, but how many values are there in Y prediction? Only 5 values are there, because X10, how many observations are there in X10? 5 are there, so it is executing 5. Now what I will do here is I will copy the same lines of code, and instead of training data, now I will check for the test data, how it is working. Just I will specify here. Okay, instead of here X10, I will pass X test, and here also Y test. Here what I will specify X test, and here also Y test predict. Y test predict. Okay, the colors and everything I'm keeping like this only, and I'm executing this one. See here how many there are? There are 10 values. See, because 10 observations are there, but here only 5. So these are also becoming very close. So the model what we have select is this is best fit line first of all. Okay, this is best fit line because it is the actual points and prediction points. The error is very less. Okay. Now what I will do here is I will just find out the accuracy. For finding the accuracy, what we have to do? From sklearn dot metrics, I am importing R2 square. Okay, I'm importing R2 square. So what I'm doing here is R2. I will just click on the shift tab. So okay, not possible. R2 square of. I want to find out the accuracy. Sorry, now it executed. R2 square of. Now what I am doing here is I want to find out the training accuracy. Training accuracy means what I have to predict Y train comma the actual point and prediction point. Y train and Y train. This is the predicted point now. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm executing it. See how much percentage it is giving? 0.98. If you want the powerful explanations, you will just pass into 100. See 98%. For the training data, it is giving me 98% of accuracy. Now what I am specifying here is R2 square of Y test comma Y test predict, and I'm executing it. See 98, same, approximately same. There are 98.68 like that. I will specify with respect to into 100. Okay, 98.99% for the training data, 98.64 for the test data. So whatever the algorithm that we develop using machine learning, the entire code is very perfect. Now what we will do here is we will predict some value. Okay, explicitly we will see the weight of one person. Now how we can see? Linear dot, I want to predict something. Okay, I want to predict something. So can I pass a value? Suppose I want to find out my height, actually 5.8. Okay, 5.8. So what it is showing, method object is not scriptable. So I think origin predict, wait, no, we need to pass here two values. 5.8. This will be really confusing. See, this is the proper format. One tuple and insert two open brackets. See, it is showing me my weight is 319 kgs. Suppose example I'm taking. Okay, this is how we can predict. You can pass here instead of 5.8. If you pass here 5.2, if I run here, see, it will show you some weight. This is how the prediction has been done. So this is how we develop the entire code of our simple linear regression. I'll share you this file. Don't worry. Okay. So we can next we will see the multiple linear regression now. Okay.